welcome to Living with the Landspeeder, where we Starwarsify Disney parks one attraction at a time. I'm your host, Ryan, joined by my good pal, Katrin, my other good pal, Derek, and a very special guest tonight, our other, well, Katrin and I's good pal, but this is the first time Derek's meeting him, Cary Gordon from the Metal Geek podcast, and we met him through Comicpalooza, and we can talk about all of that. But Cary, welcome to the show.
Thank you. That felt like a very wrestling intro.
Oh, well, I love wrestling.
We do like wrestling.
Yes. And I think, Derek, we're better friends than I am with Ryan and Katron now.
That's good.
And we just met.
Hey, I love it. And, you know, the whole metal scene, I'm all for it.
That's right.
I've worked with tons of those bands, so it's good. We're in.
Well, we'll see our way out, and you guys have fun.
All right, so on tonight's show, it finally gets good.
Maybe I'll see my way out, because Katrin, finally gets good.
Oh.
Yeah, Derek knows. Derek worked with a lot of big-name people. I mean,
that's really...
I don't want to know if he wants to drop names, but...
I will. I'll drop them. You hope you're wearing steel-toe boots, because I'll drop names all day.
Drop them like it's hot.
Well, thank you guys for having me on, because, you know, Ryan knows I'm a huge Disney parks fan and a big Star Wars nerd. So this is like, when I saw you guys are doing the show, I'm like, all right, this is like perfect. I have to get on here. That's what we said. And I picked. That's the only reason you started the show. I know.
They're like, how can we get Cary to come on our podcast? We have to start a new show. It's got to be Disney. It's got to be Star Wars.
I didn't even know you, and I was like, I bet there's a guy.
That's right.
That's really going to need to be on this show. I bet.
This is the last episode. After this, we're done. We're done.
We're going out with a bang.
Wasn't James. We're peaking tonight.
That's right. All right. Well, welcome to the show. I mean, you know what it's about. For those listening, then maybe this is your first time listening. We basically just take an attraction at the Disney parks. Right now, we're in Walt Disney World, and we Star Warsify it. We turn it into a Star Wars ride, and hopefully, years from now, every attraction in the Disney parks will be Star Wars, and it will be glorious.
So let me ask you a question. If Disney eventually uses one of your ideas that you did on the podcast and they actually really do it, you own that.
I'm suing them so bad.
Exactly. You have audio
this is all
proof.
This is copywritten.
Yeah, right?
I know copyright law. Disney, just give me that lifetime annual pass. We'll call it square.
I'll take one too while you're at it.
Yeah, every time we do a show or episode or chapter, whatever we call them here. Chapter.
It's Star Wars. It should be episodes, right?
Yeah. Well, we did chapter because I guess the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time we do an attraction, by the end of the show, I'm always like, I want to write that. Like,
I know. We talk about it all the time. How much you wanted to see my Beauty and the Beast show.
Oh, yes.
We all know.
Because it's got to be better than the one that's out there now.
Well,
I think this is the first time I will
let's just say Anakin's mom and
Java. Was it Java?
No, it was
Rancor. I don't remember. It was not good.
No, not a Wampa. It was a oh gosh, Tauntaun. No, not a Tauntaun.
A Rancor.
It's from Tatooine. It was the elephant thing. Bantha.
That's right. Oh, I'm so dumb. I've known that.
The Bantha was the turns out to be.
It's just fine. It's fine.
Me's lover.
Yeah, it's fine. Let's just not.
Let's go back and listen to the episode. I guess.
Yeah, just go back.
It's in the archives.
Go back.
That's a good place for it.
I mean, they all can't be hits, you know.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
But tonight, well, first off, Derek, welcome back.
It's good to be back.
We are all jealous because you were at Disney World.
And I got a new toy.
Oh, a gift for me? Oh, you shouldn't have.
That was so nice.
A new toy. And everybody's probably surprised to see a Jedi logo on there.
I was very surprised when you did that.
The bento box.
But it's a bento box. It is actually Dooku's Jedi blade.
Jedi blade, yeah.
Looks like a multi-tool.
It could be.
Can you open bottles with it? Or?
I can. Shall I?
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Yeah, I have that one over here. Yeah, I've got that one.
I know. You've got a lot of them.
And I've got Duke his
And I just got a new custom one yesterday.
What Ryan isn't saying is he has a real Dooku over there too.
Oh, that's over in the corner.
The Dooku. He has his head.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I have his hands actually.
Oh.
From the props from the movie, when they cut his hands off.
Huh.
Yeah, they're just hanging right there. No.
Gotta hand it to you. That was terrible.
I know. Anyways,
I don't have my button.
did you, before we get into this, I know we have a guest on, but I really want to know, how was your trip to Disney World?
It was great. It was busy because it was cheerleading week. But my wife and I, it was our anniversary. So we often have gone on that week. So we kind of knew we were in for.
Yeah.
But they definitely hung over a little bit longer than normal. But it didn't really affect our trip because when you, as you guys know, when you go so much, you don't have to hit everything. But we did do the after hours event at Magic Kingdom, which is one of our favorite things to do. At first, I was a little annoyed because there was a lot of people, and normally those you don't even see other people in an after hours event. But then once we rode Tron, and they actually did an extra fireworks show. What was it? Harmonious or whatever. The one
it's the one that they would have on the 50th anniversary. They bring it back for the after hours event.
Yeah, and that was really cool. and my wife hadn't seen it, so we watched that, and then we went and rode Tron, and they did it as a standby line. So it was like 25 minutes to get on Tron, and then after we got on Tron, it was a ghost town. So it was amazing. After that, it was great. I'll have a vlog on that as well. But it was a really good trip. We kind of indulged in a lot of food and adult beverages, and it was really fun.
I watched another vlogger who went, and he said, they used their annual discount, but the price that they paid, and they said it was still totally worth it for that after hours party. Do you agree?
Absolutely. And like I said, this is our fourth one that we've done. So we're happy to spend that. And for anybody that wants a little bit of a life hack, if you don't want to spend park admission that day, you still get in at 7 p.m. So you can still see the main fireworks show. You can still see Happily Ever After. You can hit a ton of rides before, and then you've saved even more money. But it's not cheap. It's like $165 a person.
Yeah. Not cheap at all. So did you do anything that you haven't done before?
Tron.
Oh, this is your first time doing Tron.
Yeah.
I haven't done Tron yet either.
It was incredible. I had a hard time catching my breath. But Ryan, you kind of like psyched me out on that it was short. And because everybody's been like, it's only like 60 seconds. And I'm like, I don't know if I could have handled 2 minutes of that ride. I mean,
it's short, but it's so good. Did you hold on for dear life, or did you put your hands up? Because I've seen people sit straight up on it with their hands up in the air.
Oh,
crazy. I'm like, I'm
holding sadist.
on. No, hold it on.
No, I held on, but I enjoyed it. It was great. And it was at night. So, and there were still, we left the fireworks show a little bit early. So by the time we got through the line, it was right at the end of that show. And so there was a few fireworks going off.
Cool.
But it felt like there were missiles because you couldn't see, you're going so fast you couldn't see. So it felt like we were getting bombed.
Ryan, let me ask you a question. I still have not done Tron yet since it opened, but is that something you would just recommend to wait until nighttime and don't even worry about it during the day?
I've done it in the daytime and I've done it in the nighttime. Nighttime is definitely cooler because in daytime, when you go outside, they don't have all the lights on and stuff, and it sort of takes you out of it a little bit. Yeah. But at nighttime, with all the lights going and stuff, when you go outside, you feel like you're still like in Tron, but it's fun either way. Yeah. It's fun either way.
The majority of it's inside, so I feel like you probably don't miss that on time.
It's like test track in that way, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to risk it with the virtual queue that you don't get it if you're trying to hold out for that nighttime thing. Yeah.
Just get it while you can get it, because it's still very hard to get.
Yeah.
Like you may not get it, even if you get up at the before the sun, you still may not get it, and then you have to try again at 1, and then
and Magic Kingdom hit capacity that night. Which is really weird in February. And then this week, all of the parks have sold out of Genie Plus this week. So it's been busy in historical slower times.
Cool.
Interesting.
I'm glad you had fun. You got a lightsaber.
I got one other souvenir that goes with today's show.
Oh my.
Did you get it? No, you didn't.
Son of a I got it! I got it!
Oh, I wanted so bad. Imagination Pavilion popcorn bucket.
Yeah, for those that just listening, it's the popcorn bucket of the Imagination Pavilion. The moment I saw it, I wanted it, but there's no way I could be down there to get it.
Yeah,
so now
same.
I have to steal it from Derek.
It's so awesome.
What's your address?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm coming for you.
Cornfield on Route 77.
Man, I want that so bad. It's so
awesome.
cool.
That is one of the only popcorn buckets I've been excited for a while.
Yeah.
I got the Figment one last year from a friend who went, but
Yeah, I mean,
it's just huge.
I only like Star Wars popcorn buckets, like yeah.
Nah.
And then I've got a AT-AT and
I should have sent you some money. You could have got me one.
So I was going to get you one, but I didn't have any room in any suitcases left.
It's got a lanyard. You could wear it around your neck on the plane.
Yeah, no.
You could say, "This is my emotional support popcorn bucket."
Yes.
I mean, it is, but that would be mine because I had to carry mine on.
Oh, you did?
I did. I got like one of the Disney reusable bags and carried it on, and my lightsaber, because my bag. Yeah, my bag was 49.5 pounds.
You know what I usually do at then my Disney trip? I go in one of the stores and I'm like, "Can you give me the biggest bag you have?" And they'll give me one of those huge, big Disney bags, and I just pile it all in, carry it on the plane.
Or you can ship it to yourself.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it was just a lot already.
Oh, that's okay. I forgive you. You tried.
Hey, you never know. Maybe if you're nice enough, you can have mine.
No, I'm not going to take yours.
I know. I'm not going to give it to you.
He's bringing it to me for Comicpalooza. That's what it is.
Oh, you can get it online. There's resellers.
Yeah,
Speaking of that, when I was at Doc Ondar's, a guy came in and bought 300 kyber crystals while I was there.
Come on, man.
300?
Come on.
They should just go to I Am Geek Shop on Etsy and get really cool kyber crystals.
Even better.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty ridiculous. And the fact that Disney's still letting people do that.
Yeah.
And
how would you have 300 kyber crystals?
Because he's reselling them.
Yeah, I know. But still.
And that's the problem. And he bought like 20 of the stands. And
the thing is, there's much cooler kyber crystals out there now. I mean, I'm not gonna brag, but
yeah, I agree.
If only I knew somebody.
Yeah. These are my new ones that haven't come out yet. They're gonna light up.
The Green Lantern ones.
It's gonna be cool. I'm gonna base it.
Green Lantern ones will never sell.
It's gonna be based on the shops in the marketplace, and there's gonna be like this shop.
Oh, cool.
And so, like, this one's for the Star Cruiser.
I actually printed out Spira coins on my 3D printer, and I was giving them to cast members, and they were like, "Whoa, this is really cool! Like, I can have this." I'm like, you can have like 5 if you'd like.
Give me something,
because I printed a lot.
It's funny when I give out, I'll give them kyber crystals, and they're like, "I don't know what to do. I got to give you something." I'm like, "No," and they'll be like, Here, come with me. Here, get some free food. And they'll just like give me like Ronto wraps and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, it works for me."
I'm like, "Hey, do you have any of that? Any fuzzy tauntauns? I'll take a couple of those."
You can't take them into the parks.
Oh, I did it at Oga's one time, and the guy just started emptying his pockets, and I have a stack of coasters.
So we had a similar thing. So when they sat us down, we got a table, which was really nice. And then they brought 2 families with like 10 kids. And my wife and I don't have kids. And the waitress walks over and she's like, "Do you guys want to move?" and as I'm about to go, absolutely. I hear the one dad goes, "I think I'm going to get the fuzzy tauntaun," and then his 8-year-old son goes, "That's what she said." And I'm like, "We're going to stay right here." And it turned out being really funny, and they were 2 really nice families, and I gave all the kids the little things too.
I have a fuzzy tauntaun around here somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I have one as well because you sent me one.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, so I guess we should do what we came here for.
Yes.
I don't have the segue anymore. I'll back up. speaking of a imagination popcorn bucket,
Oh wait, don't steal my idea.
tonight we are doing Journey into Imagination.
Imagination.
Figment,
Oh,
right?
just keep showing it to me.
It has
Wow.
2 modes too.
So when was everybody's first trip to Epcot, and has everybody been on the original Journey into
I
Imagination?
have
with Figment?
experienced the original, yes.
You have?
Patron
Or-
has not.
I think I have.
Okay, you have
My
not.
first time to Disney was, well, to Epcot, I'll say, was 2005. So,
Ooh,
I don't
Wow.
mine was
Yeah.
1990.
yeah.
Mine was
Oh.
1982.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you win. I wasn't alive.
Mine was in
Well,
the 80s
wow.
sometime. I forget when it was in the 80s. It was sometime in the 80s.
Yeah, I have a picture. Well, I also have a picture I found recently of me and my mom standing in front of Spaceship Earth, and they had the 15-year anniversary for Walt Disney World sign up,
Cool.
like display. I'm like, all right.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Epcot in the 80s was like peak Epcot to me.
Yes.
It was so good.
Even the early mid 90s, because that's when they started getting in some of like the green screen technology, and like you could be on the different shows and stuff. That was
Yeah.
pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
The very first foray into VR was at Epcot. They had that at the Communicore. They had like the Aladdin VR attraction you can get into.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
so much
fun
better now.
times. Catron, if I had a time machine, I would take you back to Epcot in the 80s
That's
Let's
right.
go.
and just let you experience it. That's the only thing I would use
Horizons, I
the
mean-
time machine.
I
can
miss
tell you about
Horizons
Dollywood in
and World
the
of
80s.
Motion. I miss the old school
Oh, yeah.
attractions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may get a little of that tonight.
Oh,
Look out.
Mhm.
With mine. We may all have the same thing. This may be the episode, the random episode where we all do the same thing. We'll see. I don't know.
The closest we've had is 3 of us. So
Yeah, this
Yeah.
may be the episode. So we one of us usually goes when we have a guest on, goes first to give the guests a little idea of what we want to do. I don't know if we just want to flip a coin or draw straws to see who gets to keep the
They get the
idea.
their idea is unique.
I'll go last.
You go last. I mean,
I
I can,
also have no backup.
I can go. Catron told me his idea, so I can just steal it right off the bat. All right, so Journey to the Imagination. By far, the superior version of that was the original version. We'll just go ahead and say that.
Absolutely.
Long ago.
Hands down.
I should have the notes in front of me, like when it changed over. I don't remember the exact year that it changed to what it is now. I should have looked that up. I usually do, but I do have my Figment back here. It's one of the original Figments, I think, right there. So the thing that I loved about Epcot was that you had the original Epcot. You had fun learning. Like everything was about learning something, but it was fun. Even for me as a kid, I had fun, and I feel like it's gotten away from that.
It's all about drinking.
Yeah, now it's drinking around. It's the adult park now, where you just go drink around the world,
Which I
and
don't mind either.
and the attractions have leaned more to based on IPs. We got Guardians, so we've got Nemo, we've got Moana walkthrough now. Did you do that when you were there, Moana?
I did. I was actually really impressed with that.
Yeah, they did a good job with it. Liked it.
By the
That's
way, Ryan,
learning, though.
the original version of Journey into Imagination closed in 1998.
Oh, so long ago. So feel so old now. I'm reading Kingdom Keepers to my son.
Oh yeah, great
And
series.
The first one?
right, we're on the second one right now. We
Yes.
finished the first one. The second one, and there was this line in there. They're like, "Yeah, we, what is it? We got in this place, and there was this really old person with us. I mean, she was like in her 30s." And I was like, "Oh man, I'm old."
Really old. Well, we used to think our parents were old when they turned
Yeah.
40. It's like, oh,
Yeah, we're old. Anyways, okay, so
guys, I'm pushing 50.
we're getting close.
we're
to
getting
that.
close.
No,
Yeah.
Speak for
Patron just turned.
yourselves. I'll be 40 next year.
Oh, you little youngin. Patron turned 46. I'll be 46 in May. So,
But I'm going to Japan for my 40th birthday for celebration. So
There you go.
lucky you.
It's happening.
All right, where was I? Oh yeah. Okay. Journey to Imagination. Okay, I wanted to keep it a learning experience, but I wanted to also keep it a little bonkers because the Journey to Imagination Figment is bonkers. If you think about it, it's like either a fever dream or like a hallucination or something. Even the current version. I mean, even the current version is a little crazy because you've got the skunk, you've got the man in the literal man in the moon that's dancing around. But
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is going to be, I got to pull my notes back up. Journey into Imagination. We're keeping that title. Journey into Imagination with, I'm wearing the plaid, with George Lucas.
Ooh.
George Lucas is replacing the Dreamfinder.
Let me see your turkey neck.
Well, yeah. He's replacing the Dreamfinder, and he's going to take us on a journey into his imagination to learn how Star Wars started as a dream and became a reality. So we get into our little cars, we enter the first room, and it's going to look sort of like, just like not like a shop, but like a studio. And George Lucas is going to be there. I mean, we'll probably use some screens, but you know, an animatronic George Lucas would be terrifying.
Not it.
Yeah, we'll just do screens.
Only if it looks like Ellen from the
right. They could use the same animatronic. I'm sure it's not doing anything.
Bad.
We'll probably do screens. So he'll be like, "Hey guys, you know," but he'll be a little more goofy, George Lucas, than you know. It won't be sort of like this, you know. It'll be more goofy, George Lucas.
Let me hear your George Lucas again.
Oh well, I was thinking, you know, when Princess Leia, I was like, no, there's no underwear in space. Anyway,
it's an interesting line you chose.
Yeah, that really happened, which is crazy. That happened. It really did.
He was there.
I'll back him up on that one.
I was also there.
Yeah. Anyways, so you'll enter. He'll sort of welcome you, and he'll say today we're going on a journey into my imagination to see how Star Wars became started as a dream and became reality. He goes, but first, we need to imagine a new friend to go along on this ride with us. And because I love Figment has to be a part of this ride. So then he starts tinkering around and he creates this droid right in front of us. F1G M3T, the Figment droid. He's going to be sort of like Chopper with the sarcasm and stuff. That's why Chopper's behind me. But he's going to be in Figment colors, purple, yellow, orange. I found somebody actually did a droid that looks like Figment. I found the picture. I should have sent it to you, but I didn't know if we wanted to use somebody else's picture. Yeah, so he creates this Figment droid to come along with us on this journey. And then it's going to pretty much follow the same path as the original ride. Now, the new ride cut a lot of the path out. There's a lot less space that they use. I don't know if you knew that or listeners knew that, but they cut. So we're going to use the main path. So you're going to go in the big circle thing. You're going to see sort of like early. It's going to go from like early concept to all the way to full production, all the way through. It's going to be like him making the movies in a sort of a goofy way. You're going to follow along. There's going to be music. There's going to be fun. There's going to be a scene like in the ride now that has the sounds and stuff, but it's going to be John Williams is going to be there, and it's going to be the music coming to life.
Are you going to have Ralph McQuarrie with the
with the concept art and stuff? Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yes.
I'm down for that.
Yes. So it's going to be just like it was, and it's going to go through, and then I'm not going to go through all the details because we've talked too long already about other stuff. But basically by the end, you're going to end, and it's going to end with the opening crawl. of,
Nice. Yeah.
of the New Hope, and then the music and everything coming together. And then you'll shoot you out at the end in the darkness. And when you get out, you're going to ImageWorks is back, the real thing. It's going to, instead of the rainbow tunnel, it's going to be like a light speed tunnel that you're going to go through.
Nice.
To get into the big area that's going to have like all these tons of games. There's going to be like create a soundtrack area with John Williams where you create the music. You're going to have like a special effects sort of green screen area with like ILM is going to be like, that's their booth. You're going to something for the new stuff. You're going to experience the volume in real life that they use in the Mandalorian. So you'll get to see how that was created. And then to top it all off, you're going to have a VR experience like the Void that used to be at Disney Springs.
I did that.
Yeah, I did too. It was amazing.
amazing.
So you're going to have all this interactive stuff in there. It's going to be full blown. It's not going to be like it is now where it's like nothing works or there's nothing there and the rainbow tunnel's hidden away. It's all going to be there. You can, and then the F1, basically the Figment droid, F1G M3T will be roaming around, free roaming in the area to meet people and stuff. And then I don't know, maybe there'll be a George Lucas lookalike that's just taking pictures with you.
There's already a lot of those at Epcot.
Yeah. So that's my journey into imagination with George Lucas. Of course, you can buy your own plaid shirt in the gift shop.
Very nice.
And your own Figment droid to take home with you.
What size is this droid?
What?
They're going to sell fake beards too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be like those crocheted beards and hair that you can get.
Yeah. So,
what size is the
droid? So how is big as the droid? Is it as big as like the one you meet, like a Figment, or is this like just a small droid that roams around?
Oh, when you're out, it's roaming around.
It's going to be a full size. The one you buy.
Oh, you could buy one that's like the ones from. You could buy one that size. Well, I keep getting this backwards. You can buy one that size, but there's going to be a life size roaming around one.
Oh,
that's going to be controlled by some dude that looks like a tourist, but not really, because it's that guy controlling it.
It's that guy.
They'll be roaming around the ImageWorks.
So fun story about that. We were waiting to go into Oga's, and my wife and I were sitting down against the wall, and these stormtroopers came by and they're interacting and stuff. And she's like, "Why does this guy keep getting in front of us?" And I'm like, "Notice his hands have not left his pockets." And she's like, "What does that have to do with anything? He won't get out of the way." And I'm like, "Honey, he's part of the show."
He's working.
She's like, "Well, this is stupid."
No.
Let's go ahead and get a drink.
Yeah,
and we did.
So that's so I don't know what you guys think. What do you guys think?
That was great.
I love it. And it makes a lot of sense with the new partnership with Disney and Epic Games.
Yeah.
Right? $1.6 billion. And then today, they just signed a deal with Sony. Sony's going to be doing all their distribution for all of their physical copies.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Well, I think that's so they can get into PlayStation with Epic Games.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I guess what's Fortnite's supposed to have like a whole Disney section. Maybe there could be a whole George Lucas imagination section. You get to play as George Lucas with a gun.
Or he just goes, he just scowls at people. He's like,
There's some American graffiti cars in there, and
that's what I forgot to tell you. All through, I have it written down here. All through the attraction, there's going to be Easter eggs to all of Lucas's movies. So, like in Journey into Imagination Now, where there's just random stuff everywhere, you're going to see stuff from American Graffiti. You're going to see stuff from his original sci-fi movie, which THX
1138.
Yeah, you're going to see like Indiana Jones stuff.
Will there be Willow? Stuff?
Yeah, there'll be everything.
Will you be able to see it before they cancel it?
It's going to be all original Willow stuff.
There'll be a bunch of crystal skulls everywhere.
Oh man!
Please, yes.
Right.
Maybe not.
All right, I'm down for this.
Yep.
Yeah,
I like it a lot.
I'm in it.
All right, who's next? Who wants to roll the dice?
I think Cary has to go
want me
next.
to go?
Yeah.
I'll go. Mine.
Yes, go
I was worried. Mine is completely different than that.
Wow. Good.
I like. Okay, so I'm I love the original Journey to Imagination. I don't hate the new one. I think it could be a little bit better, but I liked the idea of it being like the concept of going through like an open house type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So my attraction is called Luke Skywalker's Jedi Academy. So this will be the same concept as the current Journey attraction, where there is an open house, but in this version, Luke Skywalker has opened up his Jedi training temple to upcoming Jedi warriors looking to train. With the help of his two best Padawans, Grogu and Figment, you will go on a journey with Master Luke through multiple rooms, and we can go into that. So the first, and it's going to, like you said, it's going to have the full ride system layout because it's still there. So you go into that room where it's sort of like the rotating. So you see Luke on the X-Wing coming into the temple and all that. And he has his two, his favorite Padawans with him. Grogu and Figment. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
great.
That's genius.
That's just printing money for them right there. So
what color would Figment's lightsaber be? Because
purple.
You would say purple, but then yellow would go with him good too.
Well, I mean, Mace Windu's not using it; he's dead. So
yeah, that's true.
No, you got to do orange, like his horns and stuff.
Orange.
I just want to show you.
Maybe he has 3 lightsabers. How great
this is! Isn't this amazing?
Oh gosh.
God, I looked it up on eBay while we're talking. It's like $70.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you're going to get to go through multiple different rooms. One is choosing your lightsaber color with Figment. He's been painting different things in the room. You have to pick your lightsaber color. Cool. You go to a room where you have to you learn how to control minds with the Force. Then it gets a little bit scary, like it should be. You go into the sensory dark room, where it has like the mirror room, like when Rey was fighting her dark side. You have to figure out which way is the way out. In the smell room, there's a smell room still has a skunk smell. I mean, come on, it works. You can't get rid of what works, right?
Oh, I got a funny story about that. I can tell you later.
So once you get to the second to the last room, you're going to start to smell something. But what is that? Is that Rome burning? No, it's the Jedi Temple burning.
Ooh, I've got some Rome burning over here.
So one of your prize students has gone rogue and has started to attack and destroy the temple. You will then see an animatronic of Ben Solo surrounded by the Knights of Ren. Luke and Ben have a small fight before Luke takes control of your vehicle with the Force, and with the help of young Padawans, Grogu and Figment, where you can buy later in the gift shop. He saves your tour vehicle and you make it out to safety to the surrounding forest. You exit your vehicle and continue out to the makeshift training facility where you practice your Force abilities, lightsaber skills, and of course, purchase your commemorative photo with animatronic Grogu and Figment. This will, of course, exit out to a Star Wars gift shop.
Of course.
I mean,
nice.
How can it not?
That was, I like that a lot. It was a lot different than what I was thinking.
Ben Solo.
Yeah.
Poor Ben.
Getting in the way.
Emo everything. Ben. I should have called him Emo Ben. I'm sorry.
Aww.
Can Figment take out just one of the Knights of Ren? Maybe it's like Steve Ren or something. Just take him out with like a rainbows or something.
Yeah, I mean, Figment can use his imagination to do anything he wants. So that's definitely
like make the ending actually good,
right? Oh,
hot take.
That's how they fixed the last 3 movies.
Figment.
It's interesting.
I think Figment would fit perfectly into Star Wars.
Yeah. Why would he not?
I mean, he's cool. He's a dragon. He's got the horns of a ram, right? He's got
it looks kind of like a tauntaun.
Yeah,
perfect.
He smells bad on the inside.
Probably does. I mean, he smells like rainbows. Quick story since you mentioned the skunk. So my daughter loves Figment.
Skunks?
Figment, but she hates the skunk smell. So the last time we went, when we were getting up there, she said to the cast member, I love Figment, but I hate the skunk smells. And the cast member goes, oh, well, we'll just turn them off for you. And she goes, really? You'll turn them off? And they're like, yeah, that's not a big deal at all. She's like, yeah. She's so excited. She's like, and the whole ride, she's like, we don't have to smell the skunks. This is great. So it gets to the smell room and it stops. She's like, it's going to smell like roses. It's going to be great. Because she's 6 years old. She was like probably 5 then. I don't know. And then the skunk smell comes on. And she goes, that lady lied to us.
Dude, I would have been like, I don't smell it. I smell something. I smell roses. What are you talking about?
Like, wait. No.
She was so mad. She was like, she promised she would get rid of the skunks just for me.
You got to teach them early in life that there's ready for a lifetime of disappointment.
But that lady, that cast member was so serious. She was like, oh yeah, I'll just turn. And she went over to like the console thing. She's like, I'll just turn them off. It's fine. No big deal.
So when you think about the smell just being burnt coffee, because that's what they've said it is, then it doesn't smell as bad.
I hate the smell of coffee. So
yeah, unless you don't like
coffee.
coffee.
Come on.
Yeah.
But our son had a similar experience though. He on his first trip rode it and he hated that part, and he mentioned something about the ride that has the smell. And we're just like, what are you talking about? And we finally realized what he was talking about. And we're like, oh my gosh, he remembered that part specifically from everything else or anything else in the ride, So
ride smells are half the thing. Oh, and when I was there, I did Soarin', and Soarin' was soaring over California. That was cool.
I heard that, yeah.
Not for much longer.
So you got to smell the orange groves. That was great.
Yeah, it's getting ready to turn back to Crooked Eiffel Tower. So
bad CG is what it is. Bad. My childhood memories of Epcot are the smell of orange.
Oh,
like Horizon. Do you go to? There's like that one area was like they're working on the orange farm in the future, and then of course the land. I was like, man.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Sorry.
All right, I'll let Katrin go.
Katrin.
Yeah,
all right.
I'll go last.
So Ryan and I found out that we had something similar, but it is different. It is quite different. So mine is going to be called Journey into StarWarsification, which StarWarsifies is our word that we didn't really make up, but
no, we made it up.
We claimed it. Yeah, right. Ours. So I wanted to kind of keep the same idea of the ride. Again, using StarWarsification, but it is directed by or led by George Lucas, of course. But the way mine is different than Ryan's. Is that
it's better?
It's better. It couldn't be worse.
So George is describing the different things of how they make Star Wars. Like, how do we make the things that you see, the textures you see that, because you don't really touch Star Wars, but still, like, what do those textures look like? What are those smells? And what are the, I don't really come up with anything for taste, but, because I'm thinking about all the different senses. What do we hear in Star Wars? And so the ride is going through these different rooms. So like the sights and talking about how we texture different, things and models and how we built the models for the things that you see in the movies, and it's not like these big ships, it's these little models or something, going through that kind of thing and showing the magic behind the movies, right? And maybe in the touch you feel the heat from a ship or something, or a lightsaber going by you or something. I don't know. We were having this discussion tonight. Do you feel the heat from lightsabers, or is it a light and it only and it's not? Because you'd think that all be like sweating like profusely.
And it does cauterize the wounds. So
that's true. So it is burning. So yes, you feel the heat from a lightsaber go by. You feel the cold from Hoth. Maybe you're going through this little section and it's like, ooh, and the breeze is coming through. And then for the sounds, you hear the sounds of the vehicles, and like you hear a TIE fighter coming through. And you hear R2D2. Wow! That kind of thing.
Do the TIE fighter sound again?
Sound effects are amazing. Where did these come from?
Right? And then Chewbacca. And they talk about how they make the Chewbacca sound.
Feels like I'm really
this
in
is
the
a
movie.
long ride, really. But you feel and then how it all comes together at the end of how it makes Star Wars. My goofy character in the ride is Jar Jar Binks. I asked my family who we should use, and my wife and son both said Yoda, and I was like, Yoda could could be good. Sorry, Derek.
It's okay. It's fine. Just keep
So
going.
I can go with Yoda. So Yoda comes.
Yoda comes.
No, stick with Jar Jar because it's still different. It's
But I
different.
don't know what to do with him. So he comes in and he's Misa this and that and he sings a song or something throughout and causes havoc like they do in the regular one, right? Like Journey's Imagination. So
it would be fun to hear Yoda sing One Little Spark because it would be all backwards and weird.
It would be so backwards, yeah. But maybe not.
That Spark. Spark little one.
Ryan's head is like spinning trying to come up with the lyrics for it.
Yeah. Spark little one. Sorry.
Yeah, that would be difficult. You can probably co-pilot it and say, make the song "Journey into Imagination" using Yoda's language or something. You
So One Little Spark. It is.
You children these days and your crazy phrases, co-pilot it.
Throw it into the AI there. So that's my right. I like your idea, Ryan, of having this interactive part at the end, keeping that all there, and having different kinds of games and things that you walk into, and so I think we keep that as well.
Oh, thanks for keeping something of mine.
It feels like
because I didn't think of anything. So
it feels like both Ryan and Katron, both of your ideas could fit in Hollywood studios.
Yeah, sure.
At Sci-Fi Dine-In. That's what I said. Like, sci-fi needs to be George Lucas Sci-Fi Dine-In, and you sit in the American. We've said this before on I Am Geek. That's kind of what was one of the prompts for this, and you just sit in the cars, and then all the movies are George Lucas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
get on it, Disney.
It's right there too.
I mean, you can have cars from American Graffiti. You can have X-wings. You could have TIE fighters in there. I mean.
Landspeeders.
I
mean, even if you just walked in there like, oh, these are American Graffiti cars. Oh, they didn't have to change anything. Change the movie. That's it.
Change the movie. That's it.
Right. Oh yeah, and that's the easy part, right? Yeah.
Katrin, what's in your gift shop?
Toys.
Expensive
there are
Star Wars
collectibles, and there are kyber crystals from I Am Geek Shop.
Oh, good. I've heard they're good. Yeah, cool. You can find them on Etsy right now, but hopefully one day they'll be in the shops.
They will be in the shops, but just I don't know, different props and props.
We have any plaid shirts?
Probably some plaid shirts, but of course we need to have some Jar Jar ears that you can wear, kind of like the Goofy hats. You just kind of change those out a little bit and make them into Goofy ears, Jar Jar ears,
purple Jar Jar ears,
purple Jar Jar. Yeah.
All right.
Take my money now.
I like it.
Well, I guess I'll go. I
think we're done. I think we're good.
We're good.
That's fine. All right. Well, have a nice night. At least I'm the one with the Figment popcorn bucket. Oh, that's what you get. No. So I also love Jar Jar Binks, but mine is just Jar Jar. It is called A Journey into Imagination. And this is a zany universe where everybody's favorite Gungan. And you, as you board your ride vehicle, you're greeted with Jar Jar himself, and he's going to guide you on this whirlwind journey throughout all of the different colorful and fun landscapes of the Star Wars galaxy, and telling the story of Jar Jar. And so, and in the first scene, you get on and you go down to the Gungan city of Otagunga, and you keep an eye out as Jar Jar's messing around, and you've got your favorite Jedi with you. You've got Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's going in there, and they instantly shoo you out. So you get shooed out, and then you start going in, and you start going to Naboo, and he's running around Naboo, and everybody's again shooing him out. And Ryan's, I don't know what Ryan's doing.
Knocked my phone off the desk. Sorry.
Whatever, it's fine. Whatever.
I was really
love
mad.
Jar Jar. But so after you leave Naboo, and it's almost kind of like you're transported like they do on Star Tours. So like you have like kind of that warp where you're going to different places. And then my favorite scene is the pod racing scene. So of course you're in there and you're pod racing, and this is pod racing, and Tusken Raiders are shooting at you, and then all of a sudden you see Jar Jar's tongue hit the thing and being all goofy. And finally you leave, and Jar Jar meets all of the other whimsical characters in the Star Wars universe. So the very last scene it's Ewoks, and it's Gungans, and it's Porgs, and it's Babu Frick, and all of our favorite goofy Star Wars characters are at the end. And then you go to the gift shop, and of course the gift shop is filled with all of those goofy characters because they're merchandising gold.
That's true.
So a journey into imagination.
Journey.
I like it.
Journey. Journey means practical, responsible, stable nature.
Those
Absolutely.
those crazy Anzellans, man. They're out, mother.
That's a journey. It's a journey. That would be the T-shirt. It's a journey.
Oh,
so what makes this kind of easy too is the ride vehicle doesn't really need to be changed out too much for most of our rides, right?
No.
It's pretty spacey looking already.
I mean, it's Disney. They want to save money already.
Yeah. That's usually the theme of our stuff.
Yeah. But that's the idea, though. We want to give ideas, talk about ideas for making these rides into Star Wars without doing a whole lot, or and
we've
not
had a few times where I think at the beginning we kind of blew a few up.
I did. I never did. That was my number one rule.
That's your rule.
I never.
I'm a Sith.
Blow up a ride and start over.
Have any of you guys been on Hyperspace Mountain?
Oh yeah,
I'm not,
and it hurts.
Sure.
It hurts.
Hurts what?
Everything. It's different.
I thought it was smoother than
it was in Disneyland hyperspace, right?
Yeah.
No, I didn't like it.
Oh,
Interesting.
That's weird. Because when I rode Space Mountain in Disneyland, the one time I've been, I was like, oh, this is so much more smoother and nicer.
I think the ride itself is, but like, I don't know, maybe it's because it was different. And like whenever you're looking at different things and you're not focused on the same things, like that ride is still jarring. It's like poof, poof.
Sure.
Kind of like pinball. I don't know. Maybe not.
It's jarring like Jar Jar.
It's a journey.
It's a jarring.
I want that shirt now. It's a jarring.
That's our next merch release.
Yes, it's a jarring.
Journey into imagination. That might be kind of fun.
That would be fun. Yeah. Maybe it wouldn't get taken down from spread shop.
You know what? So my T-shirt makers are going to be in a few weeks. So I can just make them myself.
There you go.
So cool. You have T-shirt makers.
Well, that's what the great thing about having the tech center.
Yeah. There you go.
I just finished a 24-hour print of a Castle Grayskull dice tower for D&D.
No, you said T-shirt makers. I thought you actually had a couple people coming in to make T-shirts.
Oh, well, yeah. That's. I mean,
kids can come in.
Do have. Yeah, the kids can make them.
Kids. No, you can't do that. No. He did not mean that. Everyone listening, he does not have children.
They're American children. It's not wrong.
Their learning process is not
part of the learning.
Not
teaching them.
Anyway,
this is getting worse and worse.
All right. I think we had 4 good.
Yes. I'm surprised.
Traditions. Anybody have any favorites? I mean, we never do that.
I liked Cary's a lot. Cary's a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
I liked mine too. I appreciate that. I was nervous that somebody else was going to pick that because like it's sort of.
I thought about a temple, but I was like, nah.
Like the temple sort of fits into what's already there a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's a good point.
I just wanted to get George Lucas into the park, so I'm like, George Lucas in his full glory.
Yes.
In a ride would be.
And it's not even animatronic George Lucas. It's actually George Lucas there every day.
Yeah, he's just there every day.
Hating life. Hating everyone that's there.
Here comes another one.
Why did I agree to this?
There we go. Smoking.
Yeah, so I'm going to make this joy.
$17 trillion was not enough.
It'd be cool for George Lucas. You could have like these hologram kind of type images that pop up along the way. It's like, and then so he's kind of blue and see-through-y.
I think it'd be cool. I think that would be really fun. And then maybe like he likes attraction, and when he's in town, he's like, I think I'll
like Johnny Depp.
There. Yeah, like Johnny Depp, and just be part of it. And you just
there you go. Never know.
Things out in it.
George Lucas might jump out and surprise you one day. Or
maybe he's like he gets on the ride with you. You don't know.
I don't know that George Lucas can really jump out at anything.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine him like, It'd probably be like, hey.
He's like sitting beside you, and he's like, hey, and he's got like a hat on and stuff. So
that's me.
Trying to be and he's sitting with you, and he goes, hey, is that George Lucas up there? I see. I heard he has an 8-pack. He's a pretty cool guy. Like he's beside you in the ride.
Yes, yeah.
You've never seen that Saturday Night Live sketch, Derek, where Kylo Ren is dressed up as? Are you serious?
You talking about the
maintenance worker.
maintenance guy? Yeah.
Yeah, radar tech.
Radar tech.
There's
That's what
two
it was.
different ones. Yeah.
He's a radar tech. He's Kylo Ren, but he's dressed up like a radar tech. And they're talking bad about Kylo Ren beside him. And he goes, I heard he has an 8-pack. Heard he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy.
Is he wearing a goofy wig?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I think I've seen it. It just wasn't that memorable.
Oh man,
that was funny.
No.
Especially when he like uses the force to like kill
I'm just being a jerk now. I've
don't play with your popcorn bucket.
As a matter of fact, I think I
Go
will
play with it.
What mode do you want me to put it in? It's got two modes.
Is there a you suck mode?
Yeah, it's the one where I have it and you don't.
Oh, have fun with that. Let me look around.
It was an undercover boss.
Yes, undercover boss. That's what it
Yeah.
was. They made 2 of them. They were both.
They
funny.
did.
Go watch them, Derek.
I have seen him. I was just messing with you.
I know, mess with the old man. He's 30 year old or whatever you are. All right. Well, Cary, thank you for coming on and putting up
Thank
with
you.
us.
We didn't talk about Comicpalooza though.
We haven't. We can.
Oh, we need to. It's coming up. I can't believe it's because it's like
It's in May, so
it's about
Memorial
March
Day
now. So
weekend.
it's just like a couple,
almost in March. Yeah.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
that
Memorial
far
Day
away.
weekend. Lots of stuff coming up very, very soon.
So what is Comicpalooza? That if people listening have never heard of Comicpalooza, what is it?
So it's
in
a pop
simple
culture
words?
convention in Houston, Texas. It's a 3-day event. It's everything from podcasts and more podcasts, including you guys. We have celebrities. We have all kinds of family activities, and there's like an anime car show. There's going to be a whole bunch of new stuff this year.
Cool.
There's wrestling on Friday night. There's a lot of
Yes.
My favorite thing is on Saturday night. It's the live art auction where a lot of the local artists will
that's cool.
sit there and create something, and then you bid on it at the end of the night, and all goes to charity. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's and it's one of my favorite activities at the show.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But there's something for everybody at Comicpalooza. I mean, I'm
There's
a little
sword
biased.
fighting.
I like the podcasting, but
yeah.
So if Katrin and Derek and myself, I don't know
Yes.
if Chris will be there, you can get there by Friday night. Can we have a match?
Podcaster
Can we have a wrestling match?
I was on the Jericho
Royal Rumble.
cruise and wrestled on the Jericho cruise.
You
After
wrestled on the Jericho cruise?
after hours one night. There was maybe some fun had in the cast bar.
I wrestled with Booker T.
yeah, I can imagine that.
I did. No, I really did. I went to
Old man.
his school.
Father
And,
Time.
Yeah. So yeah, real quick, and then we'll end. I went to his wrestling school because they said you could come, and I was like, I'm gonna go. That's fine. And they said it was for like just wrestling fans. It wasn't like you're becoming a wrestler, but they're going to just show you around the stuff. You get to run the ropes, all the stuff, and I'm like, that's cool. Well, I get there, and it was like all these like 20-year-olds and me, and they go around. They say, okay, say your name, say your age. Like 20-year-old, like 18, whatever. Gets to me, and I'm like, I'm 40, and they're like, whoa.
Nerd alert.
Old man.
So then they're like, okay, we're going to do 50 Buddha squats or like 100 Buddha squats or something like that. And all this stuff. And I was like, whoa, I did not sign up for this. Like I told her, I'm like, I'm too old.
I thought this was a tour of the
Yeah,
locker
I
room.
thought I would just like, hang out. I don't know. I'm exercising.
I just wanted to see where they changed.
So they taught us how to do everything. They gave me the wrestlers that, actually worked there. Gave me a nickname. They called me Father Time. And
Nice.
Booker T was like, man, you come back, keep up with it, and maybe one day you get there. And I'm like, dude, no.
Are they offering free hip replacement?
I know. I was like, I know that
you're.
you're like, you're the man. You're strong. You got muscles on Paul muscles, but I do not have muscles.
But I
on
do
muscles.
not take steroids, so
No, he was a really nice guy, though. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. But yeah, I got to. I and all these 20-year-olds, they're like, okay, who wants to take the first body slam? And they're all like, And I go, I'll do it. And they body slammed me, and it was great. And they're like,
and it was great.
It was fun. It was fun. Like they taught me how to land
ribs,
right.
and I couldn't breathe.
I wouldn't do that. I'm sorry.
It was so much
fun.
fun.
You guys have been to Comicpalooza. What's always your favorite part of the show?
I'm always whatever convention I love. I love vendor floors. I love just wandering around and seeing all the stuff. And I love seeing all the cosplay.
All the cosplays, yeah.
Yeah, the cosplay is so much
we
fun.
We like to cosplay too.
We like to cosplay. Derek, we already have an idea that we're going to do, so you have to do it. We already assigned you your role, so we'll tell you about that later.
Is it the Three Amigos?
That would be good too.
So for Halloween, you don't have to do this, Derek. We're just being silly. For Halloween, my whole family we went as Ghostbusters. So I know one day I'm wearing my full Ghostbuster outfit.
I'm not
with
doing
my
that.
proton pack, and then
I will be a Sith Lord every day.
Yeah.
There you go.
But we already bought you the Stay Puft costume.
Oh, well, that'll do. I don't need the costume. All I do is take my shirt off. Oh, look at that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. Just like you know, seeing the people and just like hanging out. And I told that to somebody else. I'm going to HalcyCon, which is the first Galactic Star Cruiser conference, and I was like, they were talking about panels and stuff. I'm like, that's great and all, but I just want to hang out with people and just like hang out with fellow geeky people that just love this stuff. And that's what I like about Comicpalooza. And
you're with your people there.
Yeah, you're with your people and you're just having fun. I love that with the podcast program, you can just walk up and just like, each of them's different, so you can just get something fun out of each one of them. It's usually, I don't know if you're doing it this year on the vendor floor, but like last year was on the vendor floor, so people could just walk up and be like, just get right into it and have fun, and then carry on.
There's definitely some bigger plans for that area this year.
Cool.
It'll be fun.
Cool.
But yeah, we always have fun, and it's the one time of the year that, because we do this like every week, but we're in different cities, different states. And we get to come together and just hang out together in a geeky event and just have fun. And it's always fun running into the celebrities in elevators. That's always fun. You're always like, am I supposed to be here right now? Am I supposed to be on this elevator with you? And then they're like, security, please.
Ryan's a germ for sure.
I do have a weird story about that. The guy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, one of the early Comicpalooza, before I was really even involved, I was going up the escalator, and he basically turned around and was like, "You can't be on the same escalator as me." I was like, "It's an escalator, bro. It's open to the public. I don't care who you are."
Wow. That's when I would
some choice words, but
that's when I would have
Nicholas Brennan, that was his name. Yeah,
that's when I would have crop dusted him and then walked off and be like, "Enjoy that," and on your way down.
You stay on your escalator.
I would have pantsed him and been like, "Ready."
Oh man, but cool. And then it's at the
the George R. Brown.
Yeah, I know it's George, but R. Brown Convention Center,
the GRB,
which is it's right there by what's
Minute
the
Maid
park?
Minute Maid
Park. We always have fun there. Yeah, so
my wife does like Houston, so
she could come. She can hang out with my wife.
That's usually the plan. That they've already cooked that up. So
yeah, hang out with my wife and kids. My wife.
So
we're looking forward to it this year, and especially if Derek's coming, it's gonna be a party.
I'll do what I can.
He's bringing Aerosmith with him. It's gonna be crazy.
I'll call Uncle Steve, and see what he says.
Sibilance.
So yeah, they're gonna come. They're coming, right? Aerosmith. You said that, right? Yeah.
It's weird. I've wanted to see Aerosmith so many times in my life. Every time I try to go to one of the concerts, I never make it there on the limo.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I always get off the limo and I'm like, "Where's the concert?"
Where's the show?
Well, once we're done recording, I'll tell you a fun story.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Do you guys think that they're going to I don't know if this is your story, but they're going to lose the Aerosmith name soon? And what band has the power to
Power
take
line.
over that.
If
I
it's
know,
not,
that's-
if
that's
it's
the
not
only
power
answer.
line, I'm boycotting.
I don't see why they don't do. I mean, I love it, Sarah Smith stuff, but I think it's time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think Powerline would. I mean, perfect choice. They already
It's
own
an
it.
IP. Yeah, they already own it. And it's merchandising gold.
Like, who would not like that? Name one Disney fan that would be like, "No, I'd rather have Aerosmith."
It'd be
back."
so easy.
You know, I mean, you could have meet and greets over there. There's room for it. Oh, come on, Disney, get on it.
We gotta
Get on.
Star Warsify that right now.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
We will.
You wouldn't even have to do much to that ride to make it Powerline.
No,
just change
you
the
just
band.
put power line in it.
Yeah. Change the music, and that's it.
Instead of the recording studio, have like eye to eye play. Like, and I'm wearing. Oh, it's so
Oh, you're
perfect.
there.
I'm wearing my
There
eye
you
to
go.
eye shirt. Yay, Max and Roxanne.
You
Yeah,
gotta
in the recording studio part,
Roxanne.
you could have like Goofy and Max and all of them.
But you got to keep Ken Marino though. You have to bring him back.
I don't know why it hasn't happened.
Tevin Campbell's still available, so let's do it.
All right, so that's changing. It's done deal. Disney,
You heard it.
you heard it here first. I don't think I think I would rather have something like that than be like, and now we have this band.
I mean, in my mind, the only two bands I could think of that have the power to sort of like highlight that attraction would be like Queen or Metallica.
Or Creed, you know.
Well, no, they'll do somebody that they've done a special with, which is Taylor Swift.
I'll say that.
You say that.
Way to kill the mood, Derek.
That's what I'm here for because that's how I feel about her. So,
It's all this
And with
love
that-
Taylor Swift.
and with that, that is
Chapter 21.
21.
We Star Warsified Journey into Imagination, and I think everyone did a fabulous job. Cary, thanks for coming on. You're welcome back anytime.
Thank you guys.
Derek, enjoy your stupid popcorn bucket.
Yeah, you didn't say it was stupid a week ago.
I will be back. Next week will be I Am Geek, which I don't know what we're doing next week, but something geeky. And then we do have some guests coming up for that. And then we'll be back the next week with Journey of Imagination. Do we have something lined up?
Sure.
Not yet.
No, yeah. We may have
Okay.
another. We have another guest. We just got to confirm. And let us know in the comments. You won't, but if you want to, let
We
us know
still
what
need
you
to get
think.
COD on. I just talked to him today. He still wants to be a
let's do
guest.
that. We may take a little divergent or whatever you want to call it.
Journey.
Journey.
A journey.
Yes, a journey.
Journey.
We may
Yeah.
go international for an episode.
Yes.
Oh,
We have a guest that wants to talk about some
I saw
international
that.
stuff.
I saw that message.
Yeah, so we may be doing that soon, which will be something
Okay.
different, but it could be fun. So let us
Okay,
know what you
so-
think about that. Anyways, all right. Thank you for listening, for watching, for liking, subscribing, for punching that bell icon on YouTube.
click that bell.
Smash that.
Punch it. Just punch it really
Smash it.
hard.
Smash it.
Thank
Please
you
leave
for,
a
thank you for not hitting on my wife.
5-star review on Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll see you next time on Living with the Landspeeder.
Bye-bye.
Wow.